Hey everybody. A lot of these blogs and vlogs that I do every week come just from my own personal Bible reading. I mentioned a couple of vlogs ago that I had finished reading the book of Revelation, and after that I started reading the book of Matthew. In the last couple of weeks I've just been hung up on Matthew chapter 5. There's so much information here, 48 verses that are just packed with things that we need to know and that we can apply to our own lives as Christ followers. I had an idea. I thought maybe I'd do a series of vlogs on Matthew 5. If you're interested in following along, you can start reading Matthew 5 as you have the opportunity. But this passage starts what we call the Sermon on the Mount. It's really the first time that Jesus has publicly begun to teach. There are a couple of times that we've seen him sharing something earlier than this in the book of Matthew. But at this moment, it says in Matthew chapter 5, verse 1, seeing the crowd, so a bunch of people had begun to follow him. He's called his disciples, and people are starting to notice there's a little momentum here. And it says, seeing the crowds, he went up onto the mountain. When he had sat down, his disciples came to him, and he opened his mouth and taught them. And what I want you to notice as we work our way through here over the next few weeks is that Jesus is going to offer a different way to live. He's going to say a few verses later here in chapter 5 that he didn't come to abolish the law, the Old Testament law that all the Jews have been living according to. He came rather to fulfill it. And so Jesus is going to take the things that Moses had given the people of Israel. Of course, God gave them to Moses. Moses gave them to Israel. He's going to sharpen them. He's going to focus them. He's going to emphasize certain things. He's going to really dive into the importance of the heart motives and the heart attitudes. And I thought maybe we could just take a few of these times together and look at some of these things and notice what Christ is asking of us. Truly, if we apply these thoughts and these principles that Jesus gives, it will change our lives. It'll change the way that we live and change our homes and our families and ultimately change our church so that we might become the testimony in this community that God wants us to be. At the end of the Sermon on the Mount, at the end of Matthew 7, it says that the people who are listening were astounded. They were amazed at the things that Jesus had said because he had such authority. We're going to let the authority and the power of Jesus' words kind of wash over us and impact us, and I hope that you follow along. Read Matthew chapter 5 in the next couple of weeks, and we'll walk through it together.